It's a beautiful morning out here this morning, and I think it's time we do a little update on Cora. So this is, I don't even know, let me check real quick. We're on week 20 and 21 in the Cornerstone 52 Plus program, but our weeks are a little different in training versus that. So give me just a second. So weeks 15, 17, so we're on 18 and 19, and I guess we're on just the start of week 20 right now with Cora here. So I gotta say that these past few weeks have been pretty tough, honestly. It's been a very hard process getting her to kind of understand what I'm asking her to do. She eventually got it, and what we've been working on is her fetch and hold and kind of shaping the delivery to hand that we want at the end of a retrieve. So it's been a pretty mellow week, the past 2 weeks. She also got spayed. I know, like, everybody was all up in arms about that in the comments of the last one, saying don't spay her, don't spay her. I spayed her. It's what my vet recommended. I double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked. I wanted to make sure it was the right decision, and they said, yeah, 6 months is a great time to do it. So that's what we did. And so we took a few days off. She was really chipper after like the second day of recovery, but we waited till about day 4, end of day 4, day 5 after the surgery to start training again. So we kind of split things up over a longer period of time, and she eventually got it. So I'll kind of walk you guys through what we've been working on and show you guys, so you have a little bit of an understanding of where we are in our training process, and I'll give you a little bit of tips of what helped me through this process along the way. But before we get started into this, I want to let you guys know that I have been using Cornerstone Gundog Academy to train Cora. And I'm using the 52 Plus program. It gives me a step-by-step, day-by-day, week-by-week outline to follow for training her. So, I mean, as somebody who's never had a dog before, never trained a dog before, it's the perfect resource for me, along with having a community of people to reach out to and talk to about training and having them answer questions for me. It's really useful. So if you guys want to train your dog, or you're looking to get a dog and train it yourself, I highly recommend Cornerstone. There's a link in the description. It'll save you 50 bucks if you're interested, and I love it. It's worked really well for us, and I'm sure it'll work well for you guys. So go ahead and check this out. This is kind of a fun week for me, but also a very stressful week. Place. So this week has been a pretty mellow week, because this is the position that we were in for the most part of the past 2 weeks. We've been working on her fetch and her hold, and it's definitely not easy, but you know, there's a lot of people who use the force fetch method, which that's great if you want to use that, but we're going a different method, and we're finding success, and it's really cool. And it's all just like happy. She wants to do it. It's not that I'm forcing her to do anything. So it takes a lot of work to get there, but we built that relationship, and I found a way to get her to hold it. Her hold was the hardest part of this whole process. Like getting her to grab it. We started out with just like she would touch the bumper with her nose, and eventually we got to the point where she was actually like grabbing it. But that was over like 2 or 3 days of doing this, where I would just sit here and say fetch, and she would just, she'd have to figure that out. Hold. No. So yeah, it was a struggle at the beginning of this. It was just repetition after repetition after repetition until we finally got it, and just kind of giving her praise when she did things good. And you know, after she figured out the fetch part, it went pretty smooth. Fetch. So I've got her fetching from all angles and holding. Or hold. So she can hold for a pretty decent amount of time at this point. I don't know how useful this is going to be in the field, but you know, it's kind of a fun skill to work on. Drop. And we've also been using the clicker and treats still, so that's really helpful for going through this process and being able to mark her behaviors that we like. But yeah, I mean, this is where we're at. Fetch, hold. And when I was really struggling to get her to hold, and so I'd try and put my hand under her chin. She doesn't like that a whole lot, but then I started just scratching behind her ears, and it was just like magic happened, and she started holding onto that bumper. Drop. So, you know, so if I was to give you guys any kind of advice, it'd be, you know, praise your dog. It's hard to get caught up in the, you know, just what you're doing. It's easy to forget about just like scratching them behind the ears, you know. And I had somebody point that out in a comment on the last video, and I found that to be pretty helpful. It's just like, you know, yeah, I really didn't pet my dog and give her praise. So I started really focusing on doing that more, and that helped us get through this process. So now she can kind of fetch at different angles. Fetch, and then she'll hold it. Drop. And another drill that we were doing, we'll go ahead and get that one set up, and it kind of simulates a retrieve to some extent, and it gets her to grab the bumper. We are still struggling with grabbing it right here in the middle. She'll grab it. She really likes grabbing it like right here, not necessarily on this end, so we're making progress, but she likes grabbing it kind of on the end. I'd like her to scoot it in a little bit more. Let's see if I can get her to do what she normally does. Fetch. Yeah, that's not bad. She's grabbing it right on top of the logo, so not too bad. Also, I got some Cornerstone bumpers this week, and they made a difference. Just the shape and the weight of them. She's able to grab and hold on to them a lot easier than some of the other bumpers that I've been using, even the paint roller. So that's good. Let's go ahead and get this drill set up. Yeah, so I mean, this is all just a big process, and nothing's gonna get done in a single week. So I'm definitely trying to keep that in mind. It's so hard to get wrapped up in the, you know, this is what I want, we got to finish it in a week, and it's definitely not going to happen in a week. So heel. So heel her out here. Sits. I don't know if y'all can see her, but she's sitting. Drop the bumper there, and then she'll probably pick it up right on the edge, but we'll see. Fetch. Good girl. Hold. Not too bad. I'll take that hold. Good girl. Yeah. Drop. Good job. And then we've been ending sessions with a retrieve. But that drill has been great. It kind of simulates a retrieve to the aspect of having the bumper in her mouth and coming back to me. So here we go. Mark. Or the wheel's gonna fall off. Core. Hold. See how she's holding that bumper on the edge? Hold. Like, in the grand scheme of things, probably not a big deal, but this is the most frustrating crap that she doesn't get it. Drop. Fetch. 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 No. No. Fetch. See? Isn't that a lot easier to hold on to? I don't know why you always grab it on the end. Oh well. But yeah, that's about it for this week. It's been, you know, it seems like very minimal progress, but from my point of view, from where we started to where we are now, it's been fantastic progress. Drop. So I'm happy. I'm happy to start progressing through the weeks again after her getting spayed and her training kind of being put on hold, and you know, finally getting past the hold the darn bumper, you stupid dog phase, because that was definitely a phase. But you know, it is what it is, and she's just chilling over there. Yeah. You thinking, Cora? Here. You've been wanting to get that stick. Here. Yeah, she's holding a stick there. But yeah, that's about it for this video. It's really nothing super crazy. It's just kind of building that basic skill that we need to progress further into the training. So I think, you know, there's only a few more weeks of just kind of really little detail-oriented things before we get hopping into some really fun retrieving stuff. So you just gotta stay tuned, hold on tight. We're just building that foundation still. We're close, so close we can smell it. We're finally doing some retrieves, we're doing bumper stuff, so we're getting very close to doing the really fun stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to check out Cornerstone Gundog Academy. If you want to save 50 bucks on Cornerstone, there's a link in the description. And I guess I'll catch you on the next one.